Greetings, Goddess Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is Jeru, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self realization and self mastery. Um, I'm seeing it glitch a little bit. I'm like, why? Why? If you're out there, let me know if you can hear me. Please, pretty please, if you're out there and watching, let me know if you can hear me. I wanted to get on and talk about this full moon that we're having tomorrow in Libra. Let me just type in real quick. Full moon in Libra. How y'all doing out there? How's everybody hanging or, hanging in there during this time? I'm just waiting to see if anybody will respond and let me know if you can hear me or not. Well, I will just keep going and hope that y'all can hear me. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. So I hope that everybody is doing well. I hope that everybody is hanging in there. I have my moments where I struggle. I'm not even acting like, I just got this on lock. um, not even so much concerned about myself as I am about just wanting everyone to be okay. So I hope that you're okay. And I want to share this evening because I want to give everyone, perhaps if you need something to hold on to, some work you can do to understand the energy that we're in right now so that you can do your ritual work or so that you can make plans on things that you need to release and let go since this is the full moon. Okay. And to give um, just a word from the Metu Neta Oracle, which I think is very insightful. So, tomorrow, August the 7th, the full moon is in Libra. And the full moon, we know, is about endings, it's about culminations. And so that's something to think about. What is it that you need to release? What is it that you need to let go of? It could be body, mind, spirit, emotion. Okay. Um, there potentially, especially if you're watching this, what is this, Monday night, you could do some releasing work. Write it down, tear it up, write it down, burn it, write it down, go bury it somewhere outside, write down what is it that you need to release and let go of. Do some ritual work, even after the full moon. Actually, my niece said, take a nap. Take a nap. Yeah, actually, the full moon is um, very, it can be an emotional time. So instead of going off, y'all go take a nap. Yes. Um, so, but yeah, even after the full moon, we'll be in what's called the waning moon phase. And so the waning moon phase is about definitely releasing and letting go. Now, it all depends on what's going on in your life, what you need to release and let go of. But that is an auspicious time to do releasing work. But also, this is something I want to say, and I want y'all to watch with me. Okay. This is one of the reasons I've gotten into astrology because I would listen to what the astrologer said and then I would watch to see did what they say come true. Now, it's not necessarily about the details and the specifics, but let's just see. I'm going to tell y'all something. So, we're at this full moon. It's about releasing and letting go. Then we go into the waning moon. And I want us to watch and see, especially after April the 11th, when when Mercury goes into Aries. I want us to see how do things change over the next 2 weeks regarding, or by the end of April. Let's see how things change regarding, what's going on with this, illness that's been plaguing the world actually. Is it getting better? That's my hope. And that's sort of what a lot of people are saying. I'm not saying that it'll be gone forever, but perhaps we may see some change, some shift, some redirect. Okay. And the more we live with the cycles, and that's one of the energies actually that's speaking through the Metanetter Sekart. It's all about living according to the cycles. So the full moon is about seeing something big, okay? And we're in a time of initiation. We're in a time of transformation, okay? But this is a time during the full moon where we actually could see something really big happen, all right? Maybe you're bringing something to an end. You've been working on something, and finally you arrive to this day, because it's not bad for everybody. Okay, some people are good, and I'm happy to hear that, and I'm hoping that some of y'all are manifesting something good, and I'm encouraging everybody who's in a good place to stay there, because it will take those who feel emotionally good, those who are financially set, to hold the space, to hold the energy, for others who are struggling out there. um, and so some of you could potentially be manifesting something that you really wanted. Hey, y'all, something that I'm clear about is we get to have the experience that we want. If we're living according to the laws of the universe, and I want to know, what law of the universe do you know best and live according to? You can type it into the chat if you're here with me now, or you can type it into the comments on the replay. But what laws of the universe do you live according to? Because when you live according to the laws of the universe, when you live according to the cycles that we're in, and you've got to know your cycle, um, then you're never shocked, you're never surprised about what you see manifest. Let me not say never, that's a strong word, but typically you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's where I am. That's the phase that I'm in. Okay. So I want everyone to know that I want us to be thinking about, and I'm saying this just because this moon in Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is the same energy as Oshun or Heteru or Urzali. And so this is a manifesting energy. This is an energy that is about um, opening ourselves up to receive that which we want. And yeah, this moon is about releasing and letting go, but it's still the energy of Oshun. And then we have this moon coming up, the new moon in Venus, the new moon in Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, which is the same energy as Oshun, had Heru, Urzali. Okay. And so my point to you all is this: do we have to take the narrative that the world is giving to us? Or do we get to work with our Orisha? Do we get to work with the energy of astrology or numerology or whatever your thing is, your guides, your Ori, the power within you? Do we choose which one we're going to live according to? Yes, absolutely. Okay. And I just think that this is an opportunity for us during this um, month, actually, to really harness this energy of Oshun within us, to really capture it, to hold on to it, and to set intentions for what we want. Okay. Um, and so one of the things that Libra is about is balance. And it's important for us to be honest with ourselves. How are we out of balance? Now, we're all being given an opportunity to see the world has been out of balance, and now things are being brought into balance. Um, and so, as above, so below, what's happening on the global level, we still look at, personally. So I encourage you um, to look at where you need more balance in your life, and make a commitment. You may see that this comes up and it's clear as day what you need to do to have more balance in your life. Um, or maybe you're balanced and you're just gonna see, yes, all this balance I've been working on, having more balance in the way that I eat, exercise, sleep, work, spend time with my family or not spending time with my family, with my partner, whatever it is, you need to be bringing more balance into your life. How do we know we're balanced? um, Well, I equate balance with feeling level, with feeling at peace. Balance also allows me the ability, gives me the ability to know, you know, I'm able to see the direction that I'm going into. Oftentimes, when I'm caught up in Oya's whirlwind and I'm just too busy, and on the inside, I have this tornado going on, I can't figure anything out. When I exercise too much, especially when I teach way too much, I might come home and just go to sleep. I may eat way too much food because I just feel so miserable because my body has just been wrecked because I exercise too much. So balance brings clarity, y'all. Balance allows us to be able to see the path that we are to take. Balance truly opens the way for more. I see Libra as a cha-ching sign, actually. It's a air sign. The air signs a lot of times have to do with business and the marketplace. See, this is Oshun. Cha-ching, let's make some money. Let's open ourselves up to greater abundance. But a lot of times, in order to get to that abundant place, we need to have more balance. The other thing that we want to look at with this full moon in Libra is our relationships. This is what Libra is all about. It's looking at relationships. It's looking at, do these relationships help me stay in balance, or do these relationships take me out of balance? It could be relationships with, someone that you're in a romantic relationship with, besties, um, business partners, just relationships in general. Okay. I always tell people the main thing you want is relationships that edify you. If the relationships don't edify you, you probably need to get some new relationships. Hello, hello. Oh, Johnny J. The subconscious creates and brings it all back to you. Law of correspondence. Yes, I asked how many of y'all are living according to, or what divine laws are you living according to? That is actually a really good one. I have been working on programming my subconscious in a more intentional way, looking at what's in the subconscious, because what's there is just below the radar and it's running a lot. We think we want to manifest something, we wonder, why don't we manifest it? Oh my God, it's because of what's in the subconscious. Truly, truly, whatever's there, it will come back. Law of correspondence. That's a really good one. Thank you for that one, Johnny J. Always such good comments. So yeah, the other thing too that we want to look at is balancing self and spending time with ourselves and focusing on ourselves versus relationships with other people. This is what, because of course, the full moon is going to be on the axis of the sun being in Aries, the moon being in Libra, right? So it includes this Aries theme to it also. And Aries is the self. Okay. It's the individual, and Aries energy, a lot of times people see it as arrogant and sort of like into itself, but that's what Aries is supposed to teach us. That's something that we all need to experience. People who are Aries, they come into this world to be a little bit about the self. That's their lesson. And so um that is something that we all need to be thinking about, like really focusing on myself versus others. Some of us, maybe we do need to focus a little bit more on our relationships, other people. One of the things I thought I just really want to say is if you can find a way to help another person out during this time, absolutely. But y'all know what? This is a time for us to bring more balance. A lot of us, especially those of us who out there, us women folk, we really take care of everybody else to our detriment. And this is an opportunity for us to bring more balance into that. I'm not going to lie, I actually struggle with that. Sometimes I do a really good job. I'm doing all this stuff to take care of myself. But I find myself so often talking myself down from feeling like I'm going to be able to save the world. Really and truly, the worst thing I can do is run myself into the ground, not pour into myself, not because I'm not going to be my best self. This is what we need to be thinking about during this full moon, looking at the relationship between our individual selves and our relationships. And one of the things I love that Ogunda says, the Odu Ogunda, is mind your business. Mind your business. All right. Take care of home and family first and take care of you. All right. Now, again, I'm all about helping out my fellow humans right about now, but I do realize actually I'm having to make sure I take care of what's going on here. Gives me the capacity to be able to help other people. Um, okay. So yeah, that's the astrology behind it. So let's talk about what did the Metu Neter say? It was a mixed bag. At first I was super excited, and then I saw the second one. Okay, so and it's not that the second one isn't good, but it's sort of like more of the same. Okay, so the first card, like I told y'all, is Sekert. Sekert is, and it was positive. It's the same energy. I relate Sekert to Oya. I relate Sekert to Saturn. Well, Sekert is Saturn. It's the same energy as Saturn. So it's very serious. It's like, y'all get serious. Get serious out there, y'all. Don't be out there playing. But the thing that comes to me the most, two things I told y'all first about living within the cycle. Like, do you know what cycle you're in right now? Let's say, here's an easy one that anyone can calculate as long as you know, as long as you know the month and day of your birth. What numerological year are you in? Okay. Because that will tell you a lot about the cycle that you're in. I find numerology really works. So you take your day of birth and you're doing the numbers, add it to the month, and then you're going to add it to, you could say four, but like if your birthday hasn't come in 2020 yet, add it to three because you're still under 2019 until your birthday in 2020. Okay. So for me this year, I'm in a 9 year. Understand that I'm in a 9 year, it's going to make me be in a phase where I need to realize I'm bringing some stuff to a close. I'm ending some things. I'm culminating. It could be a lesson, it could be a project, whatever. But I have found when last year I was an 8 and I'm not gonna lie, I did my best to maximize that 8, baby. I did my best to maximize that 8. Every year is gonna bring us something positive. Have you ever noticed when you're in a 7 year, you don't really want to hang out with a whole bunch of people? No matter what, people will say, "Oh, come and hang out with me, Tyrone Milade." Nope. When I'm in a 7 year, I'm very introverted. I don't want to have a whole lot to do with people. Okay. So understanding what cycle you're in will help you to maximize the time that you're in right now. So, like I said, if you haven't had a birthday yet, you add your month and day of birth to 3, and that's going to let you know. Just look the number up. Okay. It's plenty of, you can look up a whole lot on the what the numbers mean. If your birthdays happen, you're going to add your day of birth, your month of birth to 4. It's going to let you know what cycle you're in. And Sakur is saying with this moon, we need to be paying attention to the cycles. We've talked about what does this moon phase mean. We're at the full moon and it's in Libra, which opposes Aries. The more you live in alignment with cycles, the more balance you have in your life, and you're able to maximize the energy right where it is. Okay. Now, the other thing the secretary says is stick with the plan. So I wonder, did you write out any New Year's goals, even though some of that may have changed based on where we are right now? But did you write out any New Year's goals, New Year's intentions? Did you write out a plan at the Aries new moon? Any goals, any intentions that you wanted to manifest? Um, And sometimes it's one goal at a time. You're headed to a bigger goal and you're taking baby steps. And so what you're wanting to do is to look to see, are you sticking with your plans? Again, sticking with the plans brings balance. And another thing about Seker energy, and I'll relate this to the energy of Haru Shango, which is ruling this year. It's about having discipline. It's a very serious energy. It's about having discipline. It's like y'all get serious. But see, it's speaking in the positive. And so it's saying that we'll be able to do this. We'll be able to stick with the plan. We'll be able to um it will have it'll be easier to do. Okay. Also, Sekart says to chant. So for those who are like to chant, or listen to chants. I don't all the time like to chant out loud, just being 100. I don't like chanting out loud, but I will listen to chants. Now, why are chants so important? They open power centers. This is what Sekart is also about. It's about stepping into your power. Sekart is saying, don't be walking around here acting like you don't have no power. You have power. You have all power within you. When you know who you are, you know that you have all power within you. Okay. And so Sakard is saying, do the powerful thing, do the empowered thing, operate from your place of power. But where you probably maybe feel like you need to get that part strengthened up, you can use mantra. You can chant. And literally, there's some times when I've chanted and the thing manifests right away. So make sure you do your chanting. Again, I relate this energy to Oya. And I'm saying that because the second energy that I pulled, the second card that spoke in the reading was Nekabet, negative. Now, one thing I want y'all to think about is I want you to think about these eclipses that we've been experiencing, because Nekabet represents the energy of the eclipses. It's also the energy of Oya. I relate both Sekar and Nekabet to the energy of Oya. Eclipses bring change and transformation, and we experience the energy of an eclipse for about 6 months, with 3 to 4 months out from the eclipse being the most intense time. So, with Nekabet speaking, my question to you is, first and foremost, did you keep up with the eclipses? Now, I'm going to tell you when the first one was. It was at the end of December. I think it was around the 26th of December, and it was in Capricorn. Okay. The second one was like around maybe the 10th or something like that of January, and it was in Cancer. Those eclipses have are part of triggering a lot of what's going on. Okay. Because it happened right around like this big boom, energy boom time in January. Well, really, this energy was going on from January or December to January. Yeah, we need to be thinking about how these eclipses have affected us, Because let me tell y'all something. This eclipse energy is going to be on fleek come June and July. Oh my God. And I'm going to tell you why. It's going to be off the chain because Venus is going retrograde, Mercury is going retrograde. Then there's going to be three eclipses, one in Sag, one in Cancer, one in Capricorn. I can't remember if the one in Capricorn or Cancer comes first. The one in Cancer probably comes first. And so, is there anything else happening during that time? I think that's it. That's enough. I want to say there's going to be another big boom meeting between two planets during that time also. I mean, y'all, it's going to be a lot. So we really need to get a handle on what changes do we need to make, 'cause that's what Oya is about. What changes do we need to make? And because the more we make the changes, the more likely it will be that we'll be working with the energy of the eclipse instead of the eclipse coming in and whipping us up and turning us around and around and around. So if you are Cancer, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Gemini, get ready. Um, Also, Libra and Aries, just y'all have been really hit hard. And I even think the Geminis have been hit hard by the eclipses in Cancer and Capricorn. And they are switching to Gemini and Sagittarius. And I just think that this is a time where we need to really look at what the frick did that eclipse bring up. So, just real quick, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. For Aries, I'm going to give like 2 or 3 words because I'm telling you can find eclipse videos to find out what it means. And you want to know your sun, moon, or ascendant. So for Aries, it's about career, okay? For Taurus, it's going to be about your belief system, your spirituality, or learning something on a big level. For Gemini, you may have been feeling like, man, my money is messed up. And it's money that comes from shared resources. Or you could feel like, wow, this has been a very transformative year. For Cancer, just big changes all around for Cancer. For Cancer and Capricorn, just your lives may have felt like you have just been turned upside down, inside out. What changes do you need to make? Huh? Because Cancer, Capricorn, you got one more, okay, in your sign. And then you'll be done in Cancer and Capricorn for, I think, another 12 years or so. I can't remember how long. For Leo, um, this has to do with the sixth house has to do with work and health. Am I just doing Capricorn? I don't know. That's what I've just been hitting the Capricorn house. Um, Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to do both. So Aries is home and work and family. Okay, work and family. And Taurus is going to be learning something big versus learning something like some new skills, but also about a transformation of your mind and your beliefs. And then for Gemini, money all around, personal finance, as well as shared resources, self worth, self value, as well as just you feel like you've been through a very deeply transformative time. Again, Cancer, Capricorn, total transformation. Just so many different ways this could play out for y'all, but y'all need to make them changes. For Leo, work life balance. You feel like you got a lot going on with work or maybe something with health, but by the same token, your spirituality is calling you, as well as your need to get a break, just to kind of like get away. Libra, This is for you. Same as a Leo, excuse me, Aries. You are have a huge emphasis on career, home, family. Maybe even there's been some big things going on with your emotions. Scorpio, you are dealing with, a transformation of the mind and learning new things, new beliefs. You're just like Taurus. Um, Sagittarius, you're like Gemini. It's about your money. You may have been feeling like, loud, what's going on with my money? These are the changes that you need to be looking at. Do I need to get something else done and taken care of with my money? I feel like that's something that's going to be coming up for a lot of us during this time, just because Nekabet has spoken. But trust me, what we're trying to do is prepare ourselves. We're trying to prepare ourselves for these upcoming eclipses. Capricorn changes all around in so many ways. This could have played out for you. Lots of changes in your body, in your life in general, just a big overhaul. And my heart goes out to Capricorns because y'all have had, and Cancer, y'all have had those planets in Capricorn. For Aquarius, this is same as Leo. Work life balance, feeling like you need to get away, maybe something going on with the job. Um, Spiritual, you've been called to be more spiritual during this time. And also, Aquarius, to get more sleep. And then Pisces, you're going to be like, oh, did I do Virgo? I skipped Virgo. Y'all know I love Virgo. I didn't skip you, Virgo. So for Virgo and Pisces, I can do y'all together because y'all on the same axis. This is about success, making gains, friends, but also you standing out from your vibe tribe. Or maybe you're looking for a vibe tribe. Your vibe tribe has changed. Your goals, being hyper focused on your goals, but also standing out, being unique, being uniquely who you are, being super creative. Okay. And also, there could be stuff coming on, could have been a hyper focus on your children, Virgo and Pisces. Okay. So we really need to work with this energy of the eclipses. What did the eclipses bring up for you? What is it that you need to be focused on? Y'all, I did not know how important the eclipses are, but I have watched them play out in my life, in other people's lives. These eclipses are real. And if you largely lived your life based on where are the eclipses happening, and you focus on that area of life, or it's actually two areas. It's the two signs that the eclipses are happening in. So for the last years, 2 years or so, it's been Cancer, Capricorn. What house is that for you? And now they're going to switch to Gemini, Sagittarius. What house is that for you? I've been doing that ever since. Those eclipses knocked me out in Pisces and Virgo. That's when I first got into astrology. I was like, these eclipses are about to take me out. Leo and Aquarius eclipses, yeah, I lived according to those eclipses, and I'm telling y'all, whoo, and I don't even have any planets there, and I still felt that energy, right? And it's just like like what I talked about with that second card, living according to the cycles. Because once I realized what houses were ruled by Leo and Aquarius in my chart, then I started watching myself. Like I had this propensity. And the thing that I've learned about eclipses is sometimes it comes up and we just dismiss it. If we aren't aware, if we're not paying attention to the cycle that we're in, we just dismiss it. But when we know, oh, wait a minute, I'm having eclipses happen in my fourth house. I need to be paying attention to what's going on up in this house with my family, with my emotions. I might get deep off into history. I'll give y'all an example. When they were happening in Leo and Aquarius, I figured out some things about my maternal grandmother. I never met her, um, but all of a sudden, my husband was like, "I want to take the DNA test." And because we took the DNA test, I signed up for a membership briefly and found some people from the family had uploaded some historical documents about not only my grandmother, but one of my great grandmothers. And I finally found out like what year my grandmother died, and I found out what month she died in, all because these eclipses were happening in my fourth house. Right. So I'm just telling y'all, living according to the eclipses, it cannot be overstated. And this full moon is going to give us an opportunity to really hone in on that. And maybe there's something we need to release and let go so that this energy can open up a little more beautifully. And once we get to this new moon in Taurus, y'all, this is such a manifesting energy. The sun is moving into Taurus, I think, on April the 19th. Venus just left there a few days ago. Mercury will be in Taurus at the end of the month, right? Close to the last few days, it'll go into Taurus. And so it's really given us an opportunity to manifest. See, Mars is not going to go into Taurus this year, y'all. So when Mercury and the sun leaves, then all we have is the moon that's going into Taurus at this point this year. So we need to maximize this time. And what I'm going to tell y'all, Taurus is the most inert sign of the zodiac. It is about material manifestation. All right. And it's manifesting. It's about manifesting. Okay. And so it may not be material things that you want to manifest. It may be on a different level, but it's manifesting energy because we're in a body. It's about us manifesting what we want. All right. It could be about manifesting money and material things, but we can use this energy of Taurus to manifest more love, peace, harmony, and joy, to work on our self worth and our self value, to manifest more regarding relationships, career, whatever it is we want. More peace, love, and harmony in the earth, more peace, love, and harmony for our earth mother. Okay. And so from now, this full moon, up until that new moon, we can be using this energy of seeing what do I need to let go of so that I can move forward. I just don't want us, and I wish I was a psychic and could see into the future. I just know I have this feeling of certainty that we are going to be taken care of some kind of way. Not sure how it's going to happen, but I feel like we can do our part by working with these cycles, working with this energy of Oshun in these two gorgeous, gorgeous moons. Okay. Because I don't think that this moon is too badly aspected. Yeah. I don't think it is. Let me see, is there anything else? Yes. I love it. I love it. Yes. With grace and ease, Oya and Shango. I'm a work in progress. We all are a work in progress. Well, I hope that this has been helpful for you all. Just thinking, is there anything else? I have to tell y'all, I like what you wrote, Azizi. With grace and ease, we work with Oya. Because last year I told y'all we were working with Oya just because of that Capricorn energy. And this year, we can see we are working with the energy of Oya. There's an old dude that I was reading about this morning, Oyeku. I want to just read this from Awa Obi. I know some of y'all have this book. I really love this book. Um, First and foremost, it is about working with the ancestors. That goes without saying. Work with your ancestors. Let me tell y'all something. If we ever needed the ancestors before, we sure do need them now. If you've heard me say that, that's because it's true. All right. It says Oyeku represents the senior feminine principle in the universe and serves to balance Ogbe's overtly masculine energies. This Odu brings powerful ancestral wisdom, support, and protection. So within my inner circle, I did divination for the year. And this is one of the Odu that has spoken. And so it's really for anybody who wants to use it. So feel free. Now, and my point to you is if you call on the energy of Oyeku with grace and ease to support you, it brings powerful ancestral wisdom, support, and protection. Don't we need that, right? Blockages may be implied, although some cases may be blocked for their own good. Restrictions are actually safeguards. Y'all, I did this reading. Everybody who took my class knows I did this reading at the beginning, really at the end of the year, but I started teaching about it at the beginning of this year. Oyeku allows one to shed that which is no longer needed. This is the energy we're working with all year. The energies of dynamic transformation and transition run through this Odu, which is also closely related to what? The cycles of life. So, y'all, we need to work with the cycles, okay? Great prosperity can be found through this sign, but it is prosperity that comes about through respecting the natural order of things. Oyeku's increase comes over time, so patience is required. This Odu reminds the individual that all things will eventually return to their source and that nothing lasts forever. Oyeku represents the unknown, those components that reside just beyond one's field of vision. So, you know, it's tough being someone who loves being positive and delivering, wonderful messages to have to say, y'all, this is what we're dealing with, this is what we're working with. And it seems rough and harsh, but I'm standing on it. This energy, when I divined, it came in positive. It was an erase, what it's called. And so, I just feel like if we all stay the course, if we all having that sober mind of Sekert, so Sekert is about having a sober mind, being serious, getting the work done, having the discipline. It's not a lot of fun, but do your spiritual work. Sekert does indicate do your spiritual work day in and day out. Sekert doesn't do spiritual work because Sekert feels like, oh, I'm in such a good mood. I feel like it. Sekert does the spiritual work day in, day out. Does not matter if Sekert is in the mood to do the spiritual work or not. It's, consistent, consistent, consistent. And it's serious. It's not playing. It's just like Capricorn. It's just like Saturn. Okay. But we have to remember Saturn is in Aquarius now. And Aquarius is about freedom. It's about, you know, being a revolutionary. But you want to be a revolutionary of your own life. What revolutionary change do you need to make? And this is what Saturn Sekert is giving us an opportunity to do. But it does require us to be a little bit sober, to come to terms with what is it that we need to change, be, do, release, all that kind of good stuff. And so, that's what I have for us. Now, we do get to work with this energy of Oshun. So where you feel like, oh, I need some happiness and joy, call on the energy of Oshun. Because actually, within the Metanetter, Sakart is the opposite of Heteru. Heteru is the same energy as Oshun. They represent the same coin, just two different sides. So Heteru is like, oh, let's have a little fun. Let's be light. Let's be flexible. Let's be artsy and creative, which is Libra and Taurus. Um, and that brings up our creative juices. And Sekert is like, hey, we got to get this spiritual work done. We got to tap the power within us. And so there's two different sides of the same coin that we're working with even this month. Okay. All right. Hope this has been helpful. Love you all. And yeah, I have some other ideas for videos I want to put out to continue to share what is given to me to help you all. Um, my website is goddessbodymindspirit.com. Plenty of videos here on YouTube to look at. If you go to my website, it'll take you to my membership site. I post a blog there. Sometimes you can find things there. I even posted a journal guide for people to write. When you write, let's see here, Johnny J brought up the subconscious. When you write, it helps to reprogram the subconscious just that much more powerfully. So it's important for us to write. And so I created a journal guide and posted it there. If you want to go and download it, it's for the month of April. So we're just 6 days in. So I'm doing what I can to make sure I provide some resources for people to use to help them, help them in their lives. I, of course, have my membership site where it's $25 a month, and I post 5 community readings, and they are extensive. It's actually part of what I was looking at. 1 for the month, 4 for each week, so that everyone knows exactly what cycle we're in and what we're dealing with, what energy we're dealing with, all that kind of good stuff. I do readings. I have a reading special coming up. I'm about to start an initiatory process. And I was like, I'm not doing any readings specials, I put it that way, until after I get this initiation going. So once I get the initiation going, maybe in about a week, I'll put up a special to help people out, because I really do want to make sure people can get a reading that they can afford. Um, and yeah, love you. Yes, please ask a question if you want to. I'll wait a few moments. Say Gada, Ghaida. I will give you about another 30 seconds. Let me know if you're going to ask me the question. Just type in yes if you're going to ask me the question. Otherwise, I'm probably going to get off. It's getting a little bit late. Okay, cool. I'll wait for your question. Yes, yes, yes. Waiting for Gada's question. I will say, well, Gate is typing this moon in this full moon. Okay, I was just about to say, now yours personally, I don't know, but this full moon is actually going to be one where Aries and uh, Libra could really feel quite a bit, as well as their buddies. Capricorn and Cancer. I would say Aquarius and Geminis may feel supported by this moon, as well as Sagittarius and Leo. Um, so yeah, Yeah, if you're saying that you're Libra and your partner is Aries, yeah, y'all need to just keep the emotions low. Do not argue with one another. Libra and Aries, y'all really could just be not getting along. If one is a Libra and one is Aries, just really be careful. But at the end of the day, we get to choose how we experience this. And so I know sometimes when I'm not feeling in balance, I'm like, I'm not going to take this out on my husband. He's done nothing. And so I'll just do my best to go on a walk, do something to get myself in a better space, or just spare him of my bad mood. So oh yeah. Oh yeah. So just remember the moon stays in one sign up to 2.5 days. And Lord, when that moon goes, what is that word I'm gonna use? Void? Where are we? Are we in a void moon right now? Today is what, the 6th? Oh, okay. So it went into Libra at 5:17 tonight. Today is the 6th, right? Yeah. So give yourself until 8:50 on the 8th. What is that, Thursday? 8:50 a.m. on the 8th, the moon goes void. Are y'all familiar with the void moons? The moon goes void on the 8th at 8:50 a.m. Eastern time. Whatever that is for your time zone. Just know when that moon goes void, y'all will probably be in a better space because the moon will have no energy to it. And so you just got to keep yourself together between today and 8:50. And then it goes into Scorpio um, that evening. Oh, okay. Well, I hope things get better for you. It's crazy out there. It's crazy. But well, I'll tell you what, if you don't know if he's serious, you will find out with this full moon. You will find out with this full moon. All right, everybody. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And yeah, blessings of the goddess be upon you. Love y'all. Peace.